Happy friggin' Wednesday, everybody. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, whether you are east of the Rockies or west of the Rockies, it's Wednesday, baby. 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You know what that means? It means that we're live. It means that we're alive. We woke up on the right side of the dirt. No ghosts watching this live stream. I can only hope that you can hear me. I've been messing with my setup this whole time, trying to make sure that you can actually hear me. So, if you could be so kind and let me know, can you hear me in the chat? Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I hope so, because that would be kind of weird if I was just here talking to myself. Wouldn't be the first time, okay? It gets lonely here in the studio, talking to my knives, looking at the screen, recording. That's why these live streams are so important. It gets me in communication with the people that watch the channel, the people that are fans of this hobby. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I have no freaking clue. Right now it says that it's disconnected. Will it come back? Nobody knows. I'm not entirely sure. Come on, camera. Where are you? Where are you? Here we go again. The tech issues. I thought they were fixed. I thought they were a thing of the past. I thought we would never see them again, and yet here they are. So give me a second, guys, while I take care of some of these technical difficulties, and we'll see what we can do about getting the camera back online. In the meantime, let me know in the chat, what did you carry today? And yes, I am trying to fix the camera. Hold on. We are going to try and fix the camera. Come on, where did it go? Where did it go? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Can you see me now? I'm going to pull it up on my phone and see if my camera's actually showing on the live stream. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. I really, really, really hope that I can figure out why all of a sudden I'm having camera issues. I haven't had live stream issues since 2022. Like, this is day one stuff. What happened? But this is what happens when you update your computer. You're like, yeah, it'll be fine. Nothing bad. What can go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? All right. So according to my phone, you can hear me, you can see me, I think. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this shindig started, because I have no idea how long it's going to last until I start having issues. I couldn't record anything yesterday because halfway through every recording, the camera would just like glitch out on me. So we might have to figure that out. Bear with me. Shout out to Ground Fog. First one in the chat. We got Marco. Thanks for being channel members, fellas. Pocket Razors in the house. He says, is this the right line for free cookies? Maybe. Possibly. Maybe you have to pay. I haven't decided yet. Ed B says, I heard a rumor Roll is coming out of the closet about raisins tonight. What closet, man? Is it the same closet where raisins are made? Where they dry up and they become raisins? Just put me outside in the rain. I'll plump up. Why not? Shout out to Top Dog. Thanks for being a channel member, channel moderator, and all-around legend. Good to see you, Top Dog. Mark Parks in the house. Thanks for being a channel member. Barry Lilly, he says, can't stay, boxing's on, be back later. Right on, man. Well, thanks for dropping by regardless. Shout out to Jim Miller. Thanks for being a channel member, Jim. Stephen M, welcome in. Neil McKenzie in the house, another channel member. All right. Jim Miller says 16 in the chat and 4 likes. Well, I think we've got a few more since then. I'm trying to read from the top down. Guys, on your way in, make sure to Spartan kick the like button. If you don't Spartan kick the like button, there is a high likelihood that we will continue to have technical difficulties. I hope not. I really hope not. I really hope not. Top Dog says, boys and girls, let's all be nice to the like button. Smash the heck out of it. Shall we then? Yeah, dude, Spartan kick that like button. Do it. Absolutely. How's it going? Charles Wooden, welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. Bluminati Ninja in the house. It says, do it. Smash that like button. Appreciate you, Blue. Joseph S in the house. How's it going? Good to see you. Kevin Smith and Knives. Thanks for being a channel member. All right. I'm going to tone down the music just a little bit and hope that it continues to work. Illuminati Ninja says 5x5. I'm reading from the top down, so I know I'm going to hit a section of the chat where they're like, it all fell apart. Dude. Like, I don't know what Walmart toaster you are streaming from. This is why is your cursor on the screen? Beats me. Top Dog says, just don't play with your knives too much, you will go blind. Well, if you shake it more than twice, you're probably playing with it. LCV Blades Edge, welcome in, man. Good to see you. He says, what's up, everyone? And it's dead. Yeah, that's kind of when we hit the wall. We're back now, I think. Pocket Razor says, it's Elgato's fault. I've had nothing but problems with their stuff. I might have to look into that. I might. They're supposed to be one of the top hardware companies for this kind of thing. For the camera to the computer connection, the video capture card thing. It's too bad because I want it to work well. I really do. Hey, what's up, Craig Vincent? Good to see you. All right. You know what, guys? I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the bottom because I know there's going to be a lot of people in the chat being like, it's dead. Yeah. Shout out to Louie. Welcome in. Shout out to Gator Aaron, channel mod in the house, channel member in the house. What's up, Gator Aaron? Good to see you, man. Experience Precision, welcome in. Chef Rocky, welcome in. Double D, welcome in. Let's see. Old Dominion EDC says maybe it's ransomware. They're not going to get any money from me. They should know if they watch the channel, all my money goes to knives. And very soon, more computer recording equipment. All right, he says, here's your horse. Hey, welcome into Bangkok, Mark. Shout out to you. Thanks for being a channel member for 4 months. And he says, finally made another live. Cheers. Cheers to you, man. Good to see you. And thank you for being a channel member for 4 months. All right. Ginger Fisher 75, welcome in. Guys, yeah. So I made some upgrades to my system. I moved things around to make my office setup work better. Like better, what do they call it? Feng shui? I don't know. My office is a mess. It still is, but it's a more functional mess than it was. And so I disconnected everything, which is a dirty great lot of equipment, put it all back together after organizing everything. I was like, yeah, wow, this feels good. This feels better, right? And then all of a sudden my equipment that was working fine just decides it's going to start acting up. Yeah, so if you're watching at any point in the live stream and you see a black screen come on that says Elgato Cam, just know that I'm probably working on fixing it. For some reason, my camera just keeps going dead. It's not the camera's fault. The camera's fine. It's definitely probably whatever I have the camera plugged into. That being said, what did I carry today? This has got to be one of my favorite knives this year, period. This is the Vostede Psyop. It wasn't given to me. I did buy it. I bought it with money from the channel, which is because of you guys. So I have you guys to thank for this. You made this possible. This is definitely one of the best knives that I've checked out this year. Bang for buck. And it's not cheap. When I say bang for buck, I mean the value is there. The value is really good. Titanium, tough knives design, compression lock. I'm going to call it the compression lock. Why not? They call it the top liner lock, but they do that because, you know, Spyderco might sue people even though their patent ran out. You have to be careful. Can't say compression lock, just like people rename their axis locks. We know what it is. Anyways, this has been dominating my pocket since it came in. I saw that they actually had some available at White Mountain Knives earlier. I'm kind of curious, do they still have any left? Let's find out. All right, Psyop. Do they have any left? Nope. Yeah, they do. They've got one in the black. They've got one. They've got a contoured one in black. Now, I've talked to some people who have the contoured one, and they say that it's definitely the way to go because the contoured handles make it more comfortable. Like, I have no regrets. This is a, you know, slab style flat. No, like there's no contouring. There's no extra depth to the handle scales, but it feels great. It's so good. So very good. I love it. Backup carry today in the fifth pocket was a full Vostede carry. Got the Vostede Hedgehog. Yeah, it's good. It's great. Same compression lock. More affordable. I'm not going to say budget. G10 S35 VN. If you get one, or if you're looking to get one, get the blue G10 version. I'm telling you, that is the way to go. I think that it looks the most appealing, and I love mine. I love the finish on the blade. The bidirectional two-tone satin finish is great. Not to say that the micarta version isn't good as well. You know, like the bead blast or stone wash, whatever you want to call that, and then the single satin flat does have an appealing aesthetic. But I am partial. And I have two because I bought one, and then Vostede sent me one after I reviewed it. And they said, would you like to review it? I said, I already did. Here's the video. And they're like, cool, here's another one. So this one is going to be given away. This one is going to, I'm not going to carry this one. There's no need. I'm going to keep it in brand new condition. And this one will be given away once we hit 10,000 subscribers. For a flashlight, I carried a new one. I carried a new flashlight today, guys. And I know some of you guys are like, dude, we don't care about flashlights or flashlight reviews. I stopped doing them for the longest time. When was the last time you saw an Olight on my channel? It's been a while. It's been a great while. I made it publicly known. I'm like, I'm not doing flashlight reviews anymore. And then Nightcore reached out and they said, hey, we've got a new one coming out. Check it out. Let us know if you want to put it on your channel. And I almost said no because I was like, I'm not doing flashlights. Check this out. This is a new version. It's the EDC 25. It's not the EDC 27. I've got half of the video recorded on it already. I'm making an exception for lights that I find extremely cool. This is one of those. You guys know how I feel about the Nightcore EDC 33. This very well might replace that as far as my favorite carry-friendly EDC flashlight. And so keep an eye out for that. Review on that coming soon. And the irony, the reason why I stopped doing flashlight reviews is because I got tired of seeing the videos go up, spending hours on them, and then having nobody watch them. And then out of nowhere, months later, all of a sudden, all my flashlight videos started getting views. Like they just started pumping views out of nowhere. And so now if you look at my flashlight reviews, like, well, look, they're popular. Why isn't he doing them anymore? The freaking YouTube algorithm, man. All right. I've ranted a bit. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. Double D says, I've been gone for a while, but back for live. Thankful for you, sir. Hey, man, we're thankful for you. Glad to have you with us, Double D. Jay Korskin, welcome in. He says, this is Farda. All the beans. All the beans. All right. All right. Hey, shout out to Kaleidoscope Knives. He says, lurking till sleep, but good evening, everyone. Hope you have a great Thursday. Well, I hope that we can serenade you into sleep. Why not? Splitting Slices in the house. Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you. Nemec, what's up? Thanks for joining in. He says, I do like that light. Almost picked one up. It's good. It's really good. There's like one small change I would make to it. I'll talk about it in the review. Most of you guys are probably like, dude, we're here for the knives. Some of you might be excited that I'm going to bring back a flashlight review. But this is my promise. All of my flashlight videos that have been successful by my standards, which is over 1,000 views. All of my flashlight videos that have over 1,000 views all have something in common. And that is that I reviewed it not just because it was a light, but because it was a light that I found was extremely interesting and exciting for me. So I'm unretiring flashlight reviews. I will do them more in the future, but only, and this is a big thing, but only if it's something that I look at and say, that is exciting. That is something that has something different about it. And that's something that I can be excited about. If I can't get excited about it, if it's like, oh yeah, here's another tubular design, 1,000-watt flashlight, you know, same user interface as a million other lights. You can buy this, or you can buy 50,000 other lights that also, you know, do the exact same thing with no difference. I'm probably not going to do it. But if I can get something that is truly unique or something that's truly exciting, I will do it. So flashlight reviews are back on the table, but only if I think that they are going to be good. Jim Miller says, I use my flashlight as much as I use my knife. I hear that. Sometimes I use my flashlight more than I use my knife. So I stay up late. I burn the candle on both ends. That's why Ed B says that my face looks like a raisin when I smile, because when I smile, my eyes shut. It's a running joke in the family that when I smile, you can't see my eyes. That's what they call smiling with your eyes. And there they go. They're gone. Anyways, I'm up late. Before I go to bed every night, I take my dogs out. And my neighborhood is lit, but it's not like well lit. There's nothing worse than stepping in dog crap at midnight when all you want to do is take the dogs out and then go to bed. But instead, there you are with a stick in hand, scooping crap off of your shoe. All right. Yep, there it goes. All right. Hold on while I fix the camera once again. Well, this time it didn't go. Interesting. There's something very weird going on. Very, very weird going on. I'm going to have to figure this stuff out. I really do. I really need to figure it out. It's going to bother me to no end. It's messing with my audio levels. It's messing with my camera. It's messing with my head. But at least the camera didn't go out this time. Hey, shout out to John Blackman. Welcome in, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Good to see you. Welcome into Loser. He says, are those chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin cookies? Pocket Razors. You know that they're oatmeal raisin. Pocket Razors is over here tempting the chat. He's just like, here I am in a raisin-free zone with my oatmeal cookies. And guess what? Those aren't chocolate chips. It's true. It's true. Stephen M says, man, more money spent. Thanks, Roll. You're going to empty my pockets with reviews. Listen, there's a lot of things that I find exciting that I can get excited about. I highly suggest that when you watch reviews, whether they're mine or anybody else's, wait for the ones that are truly exciting to you, because there's a huge difference between what I find exciting and what other channels find exciting. I'll give you an example. So I'm in this YouTube content creators group chat, right? And it has a bunch of other EDC channels in there, probably ones that you also watch. And they were just glowing about the new Jack Wolf Knives mini cyborg jack. Now here's the deal. Do I like slip joints? Yes. Do I have many of them? No, I've got a single one. It's this one right here. The QSP Hedgehog traditional pocket knives exclusive in Miami Vice camo carbon fiber and M390. And I love this knife. This knife is fantastic. This knife gets a metric ton of carrying time. It's got really good spring action. Walk and talk is fantastic. Cutting geometry is elite. The edge is a freaking laser beam. For many of my EDC tasks, this is going to do the trick. It fits in my fifth pocket, which leaves my regular pocket open for something bigger, something like the Vostede Psyop. So if I do need a single-handed opening knife, I got one. I don't sacrifice anything by carrying this. Anyways, they were glowing about the new Jack Wolf Knives mini cyborg jack. And they were like, oh, it's so good. It's amazing. And here's the deal. I think that Jack Wolf Knives puts out some really good slip joints. Definitely some great slip joints. I've tried out multiple Jack Wolf knives, and they all have something in common where they've got nice stiff springs, good walk and talk, good blade geometry, so on and so forth. Good materials, but they're $300. And Jack Wolf Knives is guilty of copying and pasting their designs on everything else. And so I had to ask, I was like, what makes this one so much better than the next one? Or better yet, what niche does that fill that doesn't get filled by this for like half the price? Like how? And so what it comes down to is, what I'm trying to get to is that it's easy for a channel to get excited about something, especially if they were given it for free, because chances are, if they had the opportunity to buy it themselves, they might not have. It maybe not because they didn't want to, but maybe because, these things cost money and they can be expensive. I receive some stuff for free, and some stuff I rely on channel funds to purchase, like this Vostede Psyop. But that's a decision. I bought this because I truly believe in this design. I saw it and I had a feeling. I was like, I know that this is going to be one of the best knives that Vostede puts out all year long, and I've got to check it out. So I put my money where my mouth was. But when other channels receive stuff, my point is that it's easy to get excited about something that you didn't have to pay for. And I asked them, I said, if this wasn't given to you, would you have bought it if you already have 10 other Jack Wolf knives? Some said yes, some said no. Some said, why are you such a troll? But that's my point. For those of you who don't know, I try to be as brutally honest as I can. It's exciting when a company like Jack Wolf reaches out and says, hey, would you review this? It's easy to get excited about that. Or when a company like Vostede or like anybody, wait for the designs that you truly find fascinating to you. Because whether I find it exciting or anybody else finds it exciting, that's what matters the most. It's your hard-earned dollars. And yeah, now that I've killed the vibe, I'm going to go back to the chat. Gator Aaron says, switching to lurk mode on old voice. I'll be back. Right on, man. Top Dog says the EDC 25 is an upgrade to the EDC 27. They made some changes. They look similar, but they made some changes. And I really dig it. I really dig it. I like it a lot. Ed B says, hey Lou, Roll is an influencer. If you say so. I don't know if I agree with that statement. Like, for example, Vosted Psyop, I mentioned when these were dropping, I let people know, and I said, if you want one, get one, they'll sell out. A few people went ahead and picked them up. Neves Knives mentions, hey guys, check this out, this is awesome, and then they sell out. That's the difference between, like, maybe I'm an influencer. I don't think that I am, because I'm not selling out anybody. Like, I'm not selling out listings. Bangkok Mark says, I always have a flashlight handy when disassembling a knife. I used to as well, and then I started this channel, and now I'm surrounded by all these lights, so I've got more than enough light in my office. It's just everywhere else that I need more light. Loser says, that's cool as long as he doesn't have an OnlyFans. I don't have an OnlyFans, but I might have an OnlyHands. That's desktop reviews. Craig Vincent, congratulations. Congrats, man. He says, I got a QSP Hedgehog last week. Which one did you get? Bangkok Mark says, Jack Wolf knife overpriced in my honest opinion. Yeah, they're spendy, especially when we don't know who the OEM is. Like, we all assume that it's Riot, but we don't know. We don't know. There was a retailer who just like blank listed Riot, and then they took it down. But we know how reliable retail websites are. Imagine if we could trust everything that came out of Blade HQ. I could probably spend hours there just auditing their website for errors. And they're not the only ones. Craig says, I've been buying a lot of traditional slip joints. RR, case, marbles, Steel Warrior, specifically doctor's knives. I bought 8 last week. Damn. That's quite a lot. Ebby says, and you should be brutally honest. I am, man. Like, I've said this many times before on the topic of whether or not someone can be truly unbiased when they're reviewing something that they did not pay for. And here's the thing, that extends to pass around knives as well. If your money is not on the line, how can you truly be unbiased? You know, for example, I might look at a knife and I might be able to talk about its flaws, even if I didn't pay for it, right? But it might be easier for me to say, yeah, this feels good in the hand. This feels nice. Because if I didn't, spend my food money on it, maybe it doesn't matter as much to me that it's got T6 screws instead of T8. Maybe it doesn't matter as much to me that, the steel is, 14C instead of LMAX. That's just context. And I think that a lot of people But let's face the facts. If you didn't pay for it, it's not your money on the line. Can you truly be unbiased? That's something that I look at in my content all the time. Like, is this something that I would buy if it wasn't offered to me for review, for loan, or to keep? And that's something that I'm constantly fighting with myself. And to the point where some people, if you look at some of my videos, you'll see some people be like, he's just looking for things that he doesn't like about this knife. Like, what? I've been accused of being too hard. Just watch any of my benchmade videos, and you'll see. I've been accused of a lot of things, and to the point of nitpicking, where people are like, "Really, you're going to complain about the fact that you don't know what the steel on your steel-handled pyrite is?" Well, why not? Why not? That's another one. People called me out on my Warncliffe pyrite video I did last year. It's a very popular video. And one of my cons, one of the things that I didn't like was the fact that it was a steel handle, but we didn't know what the steel was. It wasn't disclosed. CJRB is not the only ones that do that because they're going to focus on the blade steel most companies do. But I mentioned it that I wish that we knew what steel they were using, because your handle is half the knife. If you care about what steel is on the blade, you should also care about what steel is on the handle. It's the other half of your knife. We care if a knife steel is corrosion resistant, especially if we use it. Why shouldn't we care about whether or not our steel knife handle is corrosion resistant or tough or brittle or whatever? Now, chances are that it's probably not very stainless. Chances are that it doesn't really matter on a $50 knife anyways. But that was one of those things where I was trying to be as candid as possible to offer the most angles, the most honesty that I could. And people tore me a new one for it. Like, we don't care about what steel the handle is made of. It's true. It's true. But you know what? And ever since that, I never mentioned that again on a steel handled knife, because people told me in no uncertain circumstances that they do not care at all. It's the truth. Anyways, shout out to Joe Isabella. Welcome in. Good to see him. Loser says, Sham, I used to test products for companies, and there is a tendency to want to be more positive when you're getting things for free. Absolutely. You might notice that I don't have any recent bestech knives on my channel. They stopped sending me stuff. Maybe it's because I was a little too honest on some points. Maybe it's because I took down my bestech Glock video after I gave the knife away, and then the person who received it ended up cutting themselves badly because the lock failed for them. You know, maybe it's because they saw my video on another one of their knives that was a liner lock, and I pointed out that I was seeing some lock failure there on a liner lock. Not saying that bestech intentionally makes bad knives, just saying that I'm always going to mention it when I see those things. Experience Precision says, you're spot on, Rambo. I try to be as honest as I can. And guys, I'm going to be 100% with you. It's hard not to be excited when you're getting a knife that you think is cool that you didn't have to pay for. Do I believe that channels simp for these knife companies intentionally? Do I think that they're trying to sell out? No, I think that everyone, at least everyone that I talk to on a regular basis, is honest. I do think that sometimes we have a tendency to not recognize our bias, especially when it's not our money on the line. Shining Folly Star says, I kind of care about the steel handle. Welcome to the club. I care. Nobody else cares. We care. It's okay. We can hang out. We can have a good time and ask CJRB, what steel do they use for their steel handles? The people need to know. Shout out to Delaney. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. All right. Music was getting out of control there. Titanium Justin says, I get pass round. I reviewed the Ankelo today, and I reviewed the Riot PLXT. I loved it, and I told viewers that I'm buying one. But that's an example of, would you, if you didn't get it for free, or if it wasn't coming across your table for free, would you still buy it? That's a case of the answer being yes. So that's different. What I'm talking about is like when people review a knife that they got for free, or maybe in a pass round, they're like, this is amazing, you should absolutely buy it. And then they don't buy it themselves. They pass it on and they never see the knife again. Now, the tough part for channels is, especially if, like, for example, I have a very limited budget for what I can spend on this channel. And it's based on what the channel brings in. If I get extra funds from selling knives, so on and so forth, that's how I bring in more. Because it's expensive to live in Colorado. My regular day job does not really cover the channel or anything. So if I review a knife, let's say I get it in pass round, it doesn't make as much sense to then buy it afterwards, because I could have spent that money on something else that I haven't reviewed yet and created more content for the channel. And I tested this out. I created content with a knife that I bought over a year ago, and the 2 different knives actually, and the content flopped. And it has nothing to do with like how old the knife is, or it's not a brand new model. It has to do with the fact that people on my channel had already seen my videos on it. So it is what it is. Hey, shout out to Chef Rocky for the $10 super chat. Thank you, man. He says, I had the best day in a look G-Tone at the birthday party at Blade Runner HQ. Amazing time, great food, drinks, and people. I killed it. Came home with so many high-end knives. Love to you and yours. Dude, that's badass. Blade Runner HQ is a really cool store, a really cool retail store. They were celebrating their 1-year anniversary, and they came out with some knives. Like, they get companies like Heretic Knives to do exclusives, American Blade Works to do exclusives. Really, really cool inventory, cool people that run the place. And they've been cool enough to lend me knives at my request. Knives that would be very hard for me to afford. For example, this is the Heretic Pariah. I have it on good authority, especially if you've seen their Instagram. Heretic Knives is coming out with a manual version in white camo carbon fiber, and they'll also have an aluminum version. Anyways, Blade Runner HQ is a super cool place. Really good people. Really good people. Hey, shout out to Paul Mills. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Anaso in the house. Good to see you as well. All right, guys, it's time to go to the channel Discord. Let's check out some of those pocket checks. For those of you who might not be familiar, there is a members only Discord. How do you get in? Well, you got to be a channel member. If you're a channel member, go to my YouTube community, scroll down, you'll see some invite links to the Discord. Once you join, you're in. It doesn't matter if you don't renew your membership next month. Once you're in, you're in. You only have to be a member to get the invite link. Once you're here, you can share your pocket checks, which we go over in the live streams. You can hang out and chat. You can check out the latest content, channel content, not just my channel, but we've got multiple channels in here and people posting content from other knife channels. I also mentioned new knife drops. We can discuss new stuff that's coming out, like this one, the Sharp by Design Derecho, which is coming out tomorrow freaking morning. Some of you guys are really excited. Some of you guys are like, I hate hawksbills. But it's undoubtedly a really cool knife. And so yeah, we go over this. We share all this stuff. There's a lot of fun to be had in the members only Discord. Speaking of which, let's check out those pocket checks. I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way up because there were some good ones that were shared even from yesterday. Here we go. Nick T, excuse me if you're in the YouTube chat and this does not line up with your Discord name. I apologize. We've got the bestech Sin. We've got some tactile turn bolt action pens. And then that is going to be a Custom Knife Factory Evo 3. And if I'm not mistaken, that is a High Grain Designs inlay. Did I get it? Did I get it all? I think I did. Bangkok Mark coming in hot with some custom fixed blades. Ooh, those look great. I love the wooden sheaths for those. That looks fantastic. I bet you could actually use those like you would use a machete in the woods. You know, if you're in Thailand, you need to hack through the rainforest. There you go. That looks great. I kind of want one. And then let me see, Drinkwater coming in hot. He's got the Jack Wolf Knives Feel Good Jack, the Spyderco McBee, and then of course the Microtech Ramlock Stitch. Very nice. LCV Blades Edge. He says, what do you guys think? Freehand edge on the Para 3 lightweight. Let's check it out. Well, let me zoom in. Yes, it will. Look at that mirror edge. Very well done, sir. Very well done. I like it. You can see the reflection off the sticker in there. Yep, more reflection. Very good. Yeah, nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I like doing mirror edges on knives. It's very time consuming though. All right, let's get back to it. I'm scrolling down. Here we go. Mark P with the Sharp by Designs Mini Evo Harpoon. Or is that the Mini Typhoon? I think that's the Mini Evo Harpoon. I get the Sharp by Designs models mixed up. Nick comes back in with that beautiful Custom Knife Factory Evo. This time including the Brian Brown's Jaeger V3. And then that watch is cool. I've wanted to buy one of these watches for a while. That's a Serge Panchenko watch, right? That looks good. I want one. I like watches. Watches are really expensive. I already have one too many expensive hobbies. Mark's got the Craig Brown knives. I believe that's the Mini FSD, right? Beautiful. I have a feeling that Craig Brown knives are quickly overtaking the likes of Koenig and Oz Machine Company as far as the most popular mid-tech level knife. And I saw this earlier, Ed. Ed, you're a genius. Look at that. That's the Kubi Bravo 1, right? On a pile of raisins. This man had the audacity to take a gorgeous photo on top of a pile of raisins. The audacity. Ed, are you for real? Oh, man. That's nasty. You bought a whole bag of raisins just so that you could troll me in the live stream. Shout out to Ed. I dig it, man. I like the pictures. Drink water. He's got the Ojumbo. That's the Ojumbo, right? Looks a tiny bit different from the Ojimbo too. I like it. Jim Miller is coming in hot. He's got the Rosecraft blades. Which one is that? The Clinch River Swayback, Asher Spyro thumb hole, and the CRKT SPEW. Nice. What I'm interested in is that lunch. Will you share that lunch? That looks great. Nachos? Sold. Kaleidoscope's got the tactile Chupacabra. I don't know that pen, but I know that that's a Forest Tank. And I don't know what this knife is. The one in my card that's in the sleeve. Which one is it? Let's see. Tactile Chupacabra. It's a Matzi Striga. The Tucson pen is the Pen 37. Jack Lung's EDC round table Bakelite coin. Okay, nice. Bluminati Ninjas, he's got a nice carry today. He's got the CJRB Frac, the Mangana Steel Kaimano, and the last one is it's a Civivi button lock that I always forget the name of. It's a newer Civivi button lock. Nice. Manix 2 carry. Look at those. That would be some rock scale design scales on that Spyderco, on that MagnaCut Spyderco Manix. Manix 2. Fantastic. With the purple lanyard tube from Rock Scale. I dig it. Absolutely. The Knight's Edge got the Cerberus scales. I believe those are Cerberus micarta, purple micarta. Maximate Para 3. Very nice. Autumn Wind's got the, I believe that's the J-Cape 4. And then, of course, one of my favorite Spyderco releases in the last couple of years, the Spyderco Stovepipe. This is one that I reviewed, the Spyderco Stovepipe, and I desperately want to get my hands on another one. I want to buy one, but I'm waiting. The reason why I haven't bought one yet is because Spyderco does this thing where they'll release one of their premium Taiwan knives, and then they wait until people stop buying them, and then they discontinue them at a quarter of the price. So yeah, I'm waiting to buy the Stovepipe because I want to buy it for more like 180, 200 bucks rather than, 450. Definitely want one of those. And then it's, of course, next to the J-Cape 4. The Something Obscene J-Cape 4. Pretty sure that's what that is. Savage Smoke. Check this out. He's got the Vosteed Corgi with the new blade shape. That's the sheep's foot blade shape. And then, of course, the new Microtech Matrix. Love it, man. Fantastic. And, of course, you can't forget the Swiss Army knife. I don't know a whole lot about Swiss Army knives, so I'm just going to say it's the Swiss Army knife. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Let's see what I missed. Titanium Justin says, I went live the other day and explained affiliate programs because I had seen others beat around the bush, so I said how it works. I think honesty is the best. Absolutely. What I've learned is that if you make good content, people will want to support you because they'll want to watch more content. Honesty is the best policy. Sometimes in the pursuit of honesty, you can be negative, though. For example, in my pursuit of making sure that I was covering all the possible cons of the steel handle scaled pyrite, I gave a lot of people the impression that it was a huge negative, or that I was trying to find something wrong with the knife, when all I wanted to do was point out the fact that we care about what steel the blade is made out of. If the handle is also made out of steel, we should care about that. That was my point, and people went bananas talking about how I was just trying to collect views by being dramatic. Honesty is the best policy. I agree. Delaney says, did I miss commentary on the above pictures knife? I've been thinking I want one. I'm sorry, man. Which one? There's a lot of good knives on this one. I'll tell you what, if I could pick one right now, I would be hard pressed to not go with the Craig Brown anything. The Cortex, the FSD, the Mini FSD, the Cortex XL. The Craig Brown Cortex XL is on my Grail list. It's the top 5. But it's really expensive and they're hard to get because everybody else also wants them. All right, back to the chat. Delaney says, I was referring to the PSYOP. Dude, there's one still available at White Mountain Knives. I do not have an affiliate link, but what I do have is a 10% discount code. I use code RSB10 at White Mountain Knives, and you can get this for less money than what I got it for. Highly recommend it. I've talked to other people who also bought this knife, and I'm not the only one that's getting their pockets dominated by the PSYOP. It's great. I put my money where my mouth is on this one. I have no regrets. No regrets. Hey, shout out to Top Dog for gifting 5 channel memberships. And welcome in and welcome back to the connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Top Dog, thank you so much, man.
Certified badass.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
You get all the sound effects. You know what? We'll throw in a Spartan kick.
This is Sparta!
Why not? Thanks, Top Dog, for your generosity and for supporting the channel. We definitely appreciate it. Bangkok Mark says, did you buy that Thai Momentum for 118 bucks? I ended up not, because I ended up using the money on this instead. I had to make a decision. I really wanted to try the Momentum, but I knew that I was going to have a very limited window to pick one of these PSYOPs up. And with limited cash flow, I had to make a decision. Was it going to be the Momentum? Was it going to be the PSYOP? I went with the one that had the locking mechanism that I liked the best. Plain and simple. I've got 1,000,001 frame lock, liner lock knives. I only have so many with a compression lock, and I have fewer with the button actuated compression lock, which is my favorite. Absolute favorite. Top Dog says, I do it just for the sound effects.
This is Sparta!
We're throwing another one. Thanks again, Top Dog. I appreciate you, man. Autumn Wind says they had a flash sale a few weeks ago. Who? This is the problem with me talking a lot, is I don't necessarily know which one we're talking about. Anyways, so The one that I'm really excited about is dropping tomorrow. And I'm not one of those guys that's like, I'm not going to tell people about this knife so I have an opportunity to get it. I know I can't be the only one that's excited for this. The Sharp by Designs Derecho, which is Spanish for right. Yeah, this is definitely one that I think is going to be hot. There's going to be people. This is a knife that's polarizing because of its blade shape. Half the people are like, oh, this is awesome. The other half are like, I hate hawksbills. And then you ask them and they'll give you some line of reasoning, but it always comes back to the fact that people think that they're more difficult to sharpen, but they're not. They're not difficult to sharpen at all. They're no more difficult than a regular, Tanto or drop point or Warncliffe. The difference is that you just have to have a stone that's thin enough to not bottom out and curve out when you go to sharpen that recurve. Shout out to Jared Neves for calling this out last time when he reviewed this knife, because he got one early. I think you just need like one of those 1/2 inch thick sharpening stones and it works fine. You don't have to worry about rounding out your stone. It will 100% work. So people can stop being afraid of sharpening their hawksbills already. What I really like about this is the fact that it's a hawksbill harpoon. Look at that. Look at all that jimping right there. That tells me I'm going to be able to get a really nice choked up grip. I love the contouring on these handle scales. Riot does a phenomenal job. Something that I'm kind of skeptical of though is it's kind of like this weird handle scale design where it meets back here, right? Like that's a clamshell, right? I'm not crazy. Am I crazy? Okay, I'm not crazy. There's a screw right there. So it's a clamshell design. It meets right there. And then I don't believe there's any spacers back on this part right here. I could be wrong, but I don't see any. Look at that. It's just open. It's very minimalist, but it makes me wonder if this handle scale is going to flex under pressure. That's my only concern about this design. Otherwise, we got fuller deployment, we got flipper deployment, we've got the Sharp by Designs detent nub, which is famous for its really good action. And I can't resist a good action. The versions with the inlays are going to be $375, and that's whether you buy one with a carbon fiber inlay or a G10 inlay or a micarta inlay. The one that's full titanium, they call this aspirated, is going to have these little windows cut out. That'll help with some weight relief. $350, $25 difference. Do you want an inlay or do you want it solid titanium? I don't know. I really like the way that looks on the aspirated version. Is it worth the extra $25 to get the carbon fiber? The one that I think I think that there's going to be 3 most popular models. It's going to be the black one with the black carbon fiber, the plain one with the black carbon fiber, and then the regular plain one. I have a feeling that those 3 are going to sell out first, followed closely by the micarta version, and then the black PVD version, and then the blue G10 version. Why on earth is the blue G10 version as expensive as the carbon fiber version? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. What is going on? I'm going to be keeping an eye on that tomorrow, though. Are you going to be checking it out? One Moon says, I've got the black vented one coming tomorrow. Very nice. Was that a pre-order? Was that a pre-order? Is that why you're getting it? Nice. I'm pretty sure that they did a pre-order on that. Shining Falling Star says, I've learned to love most knives. I do prefer the compound harpoon Tonto from Sharp by Designs. It's a beautiful looking blade. The one that you're referring to. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think you can still buy them. They're sold out in most places, but I think I saw one at gpknives.com. Maybe? You know who showed this to me was the Knight's Edge. And shout out to the Knight's Edge. I don't know if he's in this chat. I'm going to scroll up real quick and see if he popped in. I thought he did. I could be wrong. Well, shout out to the Night's Edge. I can't scroll up any farther. He mentioned to me, because I said it in the other live stream the other day. I said, the harpoon one is kind of the way I would go. And he's like, if you want one, it's right here. But for me, Sharp by Design, here it is. $425, and it's in stock with the again. No. All right, hold please while we fix the camera. We'll get it back, don't worry, we'll get it back. We will in fact get it back. All right, I knew this was going to happen. It's like, is it going to work for the rest of the live stream? Of course not. Guys, we're still here. Just give me a second. I'll get that camera back up and rolling. All right. I think you can hear me. I think you can see me. We're back. But yeah, this is the Mini Evo Flipper harpoon, and that is gorgeous. Hand rub blade, looks fantastic. Really good looking. Nebula fat carbon fiber. I don't think that Nebula fat carbon fiber is that popular. I think the one that everybody wanted was the purple haze harpoon. But you can only find them in the regular drop points. Although I do think that that's less of a drop point and more. The camera dies again. What in the world is going on here? All right, guys. I promise that come the next live stream, that where we go live, I will have this issue figured out. If I have to put up like 100 private live streams to figure out why exactly my camera decides to fail now, I will do that. So that is my promise to you. I will, in fact, get that taken care of. Pocket Razor says, you could try switching your cam link to different USB port. Yep, that could be it. Definitely. Paul Mills says, the Harpoon Tanto is my favorite Sharp by Design blade shape. It's really good looking. Dazed says, got to pay the electricity bill. That might be a good idea. That's why I have a day job. Delaney says, Amazon camera. Ooh. No, I use a Canon M50 Mark II. It's an entry-level mirrorless camera. Those of you who are into cameras are probably familiar with that. It says, I bet your camera wire is getting weak. That could be it. That could definitely be it. All right, guys. Well, I think that it might actually be a good time to go ahead and call it a night. For those of you who don't know, my Wednesday lives are my most popular lives. They're also the shortest lives. I go live for an hour every Wednesday, and then we call it. And it's late on the East Coast. It's late here. And a lot of you guys have to get back to family time. I know that I do. But I wanted to let you know that I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through the technical difficulties, for watching the channel, for supporting the channel. Thank you to all the channel members. Welcome into the new channel members. Guys, I got more content coming out soon. We're going to do flashlight reviews again, but they're going to be very sparse. I'm only going to do them on pieces that I think are extremely interesting. We're bringing out more and more content every week, and I'm really excited for what's coming down the pipeline. So thank you guys for everything. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. For some of you guys, I'll see you soon. For everyone else, I'll see you later.